Today it's all about what you should actually do once you have a release. Once your song is out there on all of these stores, what should you do to just get it to the next level, get as many people as possible to listen to your song? Hey guys, welcome to the studio, to the B studio. Today I spent the entire day in here recording vocals in the vocal booth. 100% my favorite room. I wasn't of course singing. I had a singer and songwriter here. As you know, I said I won't be doing these kind of sessions in my studio anymore. Today was a little exception because he's a really good singer and songwriter, and he already pre-wrote the text and I already knew what I was getting myself into. So it was mostly about recording and fine details here and there. And as you know, due to legal reasons, I'm not allowed to share those sessions anymore because I might sell the lyrics, the writing, the recording to someone else. I'm picking for myself just the best for the new album. So far, 6 tracks, kind of almost done, at least like the musical parts, and the rest is now in the making. I'm still yet not sure what to do at the end with the album. Again, it's more like a creative process for me to have this challenge and do a bunch of songs in like one go. Very unlikely that I will actually release all of them at once with one label. It's way too risky. They could just screw up. But let's actually not talk about me and my plans, actually talk more in general, because I get this question so often. People are asking me, I got a song, it's finished, I got it ready, it's being released by a label or I'm releasing it myself. What should I do next? What should I do the second the song is out there? How do I get the people to listen to it? How do I promote it? How do I push it once it's out there? So at the moment, the music market is mainly Spotify. Most artists, I would say 90% of all of the revenue in the music market, at least like the music listening part, not merchandising or touring, is done with Spotify. Some of the bigger artists that have more power and a major in their back, there it's a little more distributed, but for smaller artists, Spotify is like usually 90% of the revenue. So it's important. I think everyone knows that by now. You need to pitch your music to Spotify. There is now a new tool. You can go to your Spotify artist page, and whenever a release is scheduled, you will see it pop up there. I think you will even get an email. And then you can apply for the Spotify playlist by just clicking, saying what kind of style your music is. It's really done in just like a minute. So you should 100% do this at least 2-3 weeks before the release. You should also, on the release day, once you get the link to your song, contact all of the private Spotify playlist owners. You should do that up front. Some of them by now know that it's worth something, because if you end up in a 50,000 follower playlist, this might end up being a couple of €100 if it's like ranked up high and has a lot of activity. So they will charge you. If they don't know you and you can't trade with them, you will have to pay. I know this sounds like paying for plays, but these plays are at least real plays by real people. It's the same as the radio promotion in the past. You make sure that people have a chance to listen to your stuff, and if they like it, they will follow you and listen to more of your songs. And this way you can build up a fan base over time. That's like the main priority, the main goal as a musician. The same applies to Apple Music, Napster, and all of these other streaming services, download portals, BEATPORT. You have to try and get in touch with them directly and see if they can do something for you. I know a lot of my friends were really successful getting in touch with BEATPORT up front and telling them, hey, I got a new release, I'm a newcomer, could you please help me and push my song a little? And if they like it, they will actually feature it on the starting page, or at least further down on their website somewhere. Spotify makes the most for you, so everyone is right now trying to get in contact with the Spotify curators that do these kind of playlists. It's really hard. There's almost no direct way. It's better if you have a release on a label that the label does it for you, especially if it's a bigger label. They will already know someone. So ask your label, if you release with a label, to help you push it to these kind of guys. Speaking of labels, if you release with a label, make sure they do their part. They get usually 50%. If it's a major, they might even get 80%. So kick their ass and tell them to do what they're supposed to do. If they don't post about your song on the first day on Instagram, Facebook, if they're not active, if they don't get in touch with the right people to push and help promote your song, then maybe next time consider not working with them. It's really important that they do these kind of things. It's their job, that's what they get paid for. Don't be ashamed asking them why they're not doing it. Just like show them that you're aware how it works, and also show them that you're checking how they perform and what they do, and in a nice and friendly way get them to do these kind of things. They might ask you to send over a video where you say, hey guys, like check out my new release. Do this kind of stuff. It's 100% part of the business. You have to be active, you have to be like, your face has to be in front of everyone so that they know who you are and what you're making. Of course, on the release day, all of your socials, you need to post about your new release. There are like services that shorten your link and direct the listener to all kind of music stores, and it even saves which store they visited last. There's like Tone then, and I think Linkfire or something like that. Like there's a bunch of stuff out there. Ask your friends, your family, especially at the very beginning, to repost your song. If enough people repost your stuff, more and more people will actually be able to listen to it and know about you. Awareness, exposure is like the most important. And even if you're just starting out, even if your socials are very, very low, or there is like no one following you, you still have to do all of these things. I know it's annoying, I know it's frustrating, especially at the beginning where no one is interacting with whatever you post. But if you don't post, new people won't subscribe, follow, and like your stuff because there is nothing. So go ahead, do it, and do it constantly. If you just like start for a week or just do it for the 1 week of your release and then stop, everything you've done is kind of gone again and is fading, and no one will know about you like just like 2 weeks later. So constantly posting, letting the people be part of your project and whatever you do. Basically like me doing a daily vlog about my life as a DJ and producer. That's a great tool, just takes a lot of effort, so maybe just don't do it. Then there's of course SoundCloud reposting. This doesn't work as good as it used to. You could also pay someone to repost, but it's really not having the same effect as like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I really think the streaming is the way to go, and you should focus your money, if you have any money to promote, on getting people to actually listen to your song and stream it, because this way you also make a little bit of money back, and maybe put a tiny bit into Facebook ads, Instagram ads, but that's actually not that important. You should of course also try and write music blogs, tell them that their song is out there. It's also getting a lot harder than years ago, and also they want you to actually pay. So if you want to have your song on any of the bigger EDM news blog channels, they will ask you to pay. Same for magazines, and with them it's even way more expensive and no one actually reads them anymore. And like from reading something about you and your music to actually going to listen to your music, that's like, there are a lot of steps involved. It's not really actually worth it. If you're a big, huge superstar, then maybe yes, just awareness is enough. But for most of us, it's like not really worth it to pay like 1,000, 2,000 just to be on a page in some random magazine. Also get involved everyone else that is making music. When you get to the point where you release music, you usually already work together with other producers. Some of your friends might be producers. They might also have a fan base. So try to reach out to other people that are a little bigger than you and ask them for help. Tell them, hey, I got a new release. Maybe it's something for you to DJ. Maybe it's something for you to just listen to. Maybe you appreciate what I've done. Maybe you could share it also with your fans. It's a way to like really open up big opportunities for you. A friend of mine is doing covers on YouTube, and she made one of like a big, huge superstar. And that superstar reposted, retweeted it because he actually liked it. So her channel went from like 50 followers to 12,000 just overnight, and is now like at 80, 90,000, which is insane. Now she has all of these people following her, and she just makes the next video and the next video, and like kind of this way builds everything up. You might now say she was just lucky, but if you're active, you do something. She did that video, that cover, which takes of course effort and talent and years of practicing, and then tweeted it at someone. This might result in nothing. This might result in someone actually picking it up and retweeting it. It really depends on the quality you deliver. I think that's like basically it. Those are the steps involved. Of course, then keep on posting about your new song and trying to reach out to those people in the music business industry. Keep on asking your label if they could do more for you. And then with the next song, you do the same things, just maybe 10% better with new contacts, with better contacts, with the old contacts plus new contacts, and just work your way up. Maybe 10 releases every month, a release, and just keep on constantly building everything up. Don't stop. Once you stop, it's all gone. So I think that's pretty much it for me here from the studio. I think the most important one I almost forgot, and the most important one is make the next song. Once one song is released, you should already have the next one finished to keep on constantly releasing. It is so important. Don't think like in one dimension. Do things parallel. Work on one song, finish it. Once it's finished, work on the next song parallel to it. Promote the one that is finished. Get it to a label, get it released. Work on another song parallel. Finish that one before the next one is released, so that you always have like a backup of 3-4 tracks ready to go, ready to be released. Thanks a lot for watching. If I forgot anything, just leave it in the comments for everyone else to know about it. Tomorrow it's time for another recording session for my album. This time no vocals, just guitar, so I can actually share it with you. So don't forget to tune in tomorrow. This will be 100% fun.